Well, hello. What's up, guys? And welcome back to another conversation with John. And today I wanted to do another story time about me and an old flame. But before that, I get to the juiciness of that. I have a mini story time. So today, I had to go to the hospital because I had to have surgery to remove like a small cyst from the side of my neck. So I went this morning to do that. Got all checked in and everything. Met with the nurse. She kind of briefed me on everything that needed to be done and told me to get in the hospital gown and comes back and sit in the bed, and then the nurse will come and um, hook me up to the IV and all that shit. So she's like, "Well, take off everything but your socks." So I'm like, "Okay." I got undressed, took off everything but my socks, and in my mind I was just like, "Well, I'm getting a small cyst removed from the side of my neck. Why do I need to get butterball ass naked? I couldn't just leave on my drawers or whatever." And I'm just like, "Okay, whatever." I complied with their request. So I got changed or whatever in the bathroom and came back in my room. Now, the type of room that I was in, it wasn't like a real room. There wasn't a door. It was just like the little curtain or whatever. So as I was, oh shit, as I was, went in the bathroom in the room and got dressed, they had closed the curtain or whatever. And so I couldn't like tie the string on the back of the gown. So I'm sitting here bare ass and I pull it as tight as I can and go get in my bed and sit on the bed. And so more nurses come in. They coming in and needing to do an X-ray, and the nurse comes back to do an EKG and all this, that, and the third. And so finally, the nurse comes in to start my IV. So she's kind of explaining to me how everything's gonna happen or whatever, and she puts the IV in my arm, and she puts the IV in my arm, and then she's like, "Well, I need to give you another shot in your stomach. This is like medicine, so your blood won't clot or something like that." She was like, "Well, pull up the gown, and I can put it in your stomach." So, mind you, I'm thinking in my head as this is going on, like the curtain is not closed, so we all out into the open everywhere. And I'm sitting on the gown and I'm just like, I start to pull it up a little bit and I'm just like, wait a minute, in my mind, like I'm butt ass naked. Like, ma'am, I don't need my dick and balls to be all out for the community to see. So I'm like, well, wait, why don't we just unsnap it up here? We unsnap it, and I pull it down, and she gives me the shot in my stomach for the medicine, and we go on about our business. And so surgery was fine or whatever. So I got the cyst removed. Once I woke up, I was like, "Well, can I see it?" And so they showed me the little thing or whatever. Because originally I thought this was going to be like an episode of Dr. Pimple Popper. Like I thought it was a pimple at first, and I tried to pop it, but then I realized it's too deep under my skin, and I thought, well, maybe it's a blood vessel or some shit. I don't fucking know. I'm not medical, so I stopped messing with it because I didn't want to pop it and then kill over. So that's how I ended up going to the doctor or whatever. So after the surgery or whatever, they ended up giving me some prescribing me some painkillers. So when I got the prescription, they prescribed me some oxycodone. And I was like, okay, bed. Like I'm thinking I'm about to be nah. I'm in a back hollering where the pill man at. Or like, it's time for the percolator. So, something. I'm thinking, oh yeah, they gave me some good drugs. But no, I guess they didn't give me strong enough dose because I took these pills like 2 hours ago, and I'm just now starting to get a little bit sleepy, which is why I decided to make this video. Just do it before I fucking go to sleep. But yeah, it's not what I thought it was. But that's what happened to me today. So story time for my old flame story. So picture this: Sicily, 1922. Shout out to Sophia. So yeah, picture this. This is, I don't know what year, but I'm like 19, 20 years old, and we're gonna call this person Vegas. Me and Vegas meet. Now I don't know how I met Vegas. I don't remember how I met Vegas, but me and Vegas meet, and at this point in time, the term sneaky link wasn't a thing. So we'll just say Vegas was my sneaky link. Because this is like 13, 14 years ago, um, when I met Vegas. So me and Vegas, like after meeting Vegas, I always thought Vegas was so fine. Vegas was so fine to me. And I just remember Vegas being like the sweetest person in the world. Vegas was very soft spoken, and I don't know, I've always had a thing for Vegas. And so how we ended up like losing contact, I don't know. We just kind of lost contact with one another. Um and like we lost contact with each other, and I think maybe a year or so passed, and I saw Vegas again. And then after that, at this point, it's been like 13 years since I saw Vegas. So, but I've always been very fond of Vegas, though. In the midst of all of that, I've always been very fond of Vegas. So, like in one of my videos before, like I'm trying to date now, so I've been on Tinder or whatever. And this, what, 2 weeks ago, I went to go see Katy Perry. And when I got back in town, I was on Tinder or whatever, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is Vegas." So I swiped and was like, "Well, maybe something will come from this, maybe something won't. I don't know." And when I got back from Breezy Bowl, I ended up getting a notification from Tinder that I had a match, and it was Vegas. So me and Vegas kind of start talking or whatever, and I asked Vegas. We just kind of ended up talking or whatever and catching up a little bit, and Vegas was like, "I'm so shocked that you're still here." I'm like, "Well, yeah, life. I'm still here or whatever. Just kind of giving the rundown of why I'm still here in Baton Rouge or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, well, we're just talking a little bit." And Vegas, and I think I asked Vegas something. It was like, "Well, we can catch up over that over dinner or whatever," because I asked Vegas to go to dinner. So we ended up making arrangements to meet at 6 o'clock for sushi. I asked Vegas, "Well, do you like sushi?" Vegas is like, "Yeah." So we ended up making plans to go have sushi at 6 o'clock at a sushi place here. So fast forward to Sunday, um, go out to eat or whatever, and Vegas is a little bit late, so I get there first, and I ended up ordering me a blueberry margarita and some water. So I'm just drinking and playing on my phone, and then Vegas comes in and we start talking or whatever. And Vegas orders a drink and kind of deciding what they want. And so we're sitting there talking or whatever, and Vegas doesn't really get a chance to look at the menu. And at this point, when the waitress comes back, I order my second drink, and Vegas orders their first drink. They got a plum margarita, and I got a raspberry. And Vegas is finally just like, well, because I know what I want, and I'm like, the waitress like, "Well, do you want to go at me to put your like I can take your orders?" I'm like, "Well, I'll wait on Vegas to order because Vegas doesn't know what they want." And the waitress was like, "Well, no, it's gonna take them a while to make it anyway, so I'm gonna put your food in." And Vegas was like, "Well, I'll just have the same thing that he's having." And so the waitress puts in the order. I get my second drink. Vegas gets their first drink, and I'm like, "Well, if you like it, then I'll if it's good, then I'll give me one." And we're continue to talk or whatever. And I'll say this: the conversation was so smooth and so effortless, us sitting there talking or whatever. And the waitress comes back and was asking me, because I think I ordered me a margarita, and asking me, did I like it? I'm like, "Yeah, it's really good." And she was like, "Well, yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Do you like the tequila in there?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." I was like, "Well, what kind is it?" She was like, "I don't know. I think it's just a house, but we do have other kinds." I'm like, "Well, what do y'all have?" She was like, "This and this and this and this, but we have Patron as well." And I was like, "Ching, ching, ching, bingo, let me get the Patron." And Vegas orders another drink as well. And I think at that point, Vegas was like, he just trying to get me drunk to take advantage of me." And I quickly say, "Well, you can't take advantage of the willing." And they both bust out laughing. And so she ends up bringing us our next set of drinks. Now, this is my fourth one, I think, and Vegas's second one. So we're sitting there talking or whatever, and Vegas was like, "Yeah, I used to think that used to have a drinking problem." And I'm like, "Why? I never really drunk that much." And Vegas was like, "Yeah, like I remember you just being drunk sometimes, and that was a lot of times when I would see you, you would be drunk." And like one time I thought you was like blackout drunk. I'm like, "I don't remember drinking that much. Maybe some of my friends can tell me, was I drinking that much in college. I mean, I know that I drunk, but I don't think I drunk blackout drunk. There was only one time that I remember just like drinking a whole lot. That I and I guess if you are blackout, you can't remember, but I don't think that I was ever blackout drunk because there was one time like I really don't remember what was happening. Like me and like four of my friends, we were going to like the dining hall or whatever, and we had got into the building, and I had slipped and fell, and they had to pick me up because I was drinking, and they swear up and down a cop had walked past us while all this was happening, and I mean I don't remember any of this, but whatever. And mind you, I was like 19, maybe 20 when all this happened. Definitely wasn't legal. But I mean, I always had alcohol with me. Like, um, at this point in time, anytime I would go home, like we had friends that would buy stuff for us, but anytime I would go home, at this point in time, what my sister would buy me. My sister's 3 years older than me, so she would buy me a handle of Taka and a handle of Tom Collins and mix it because I think that's what she was drinking at the time. So I always had me some alcohol. I used to work at Bistro Byron's. I always had my little Bistro Byron's cup after I got home from work, and people were just like, "Well, John, what's in your cup?" And so it was my Drake. So yeah, Vegas was like, "Yeah, just you were just drinking," and I just Vegas worked at a hospital at that point in time. Just like I thought that, oh Lord, I'm scared that something might happen to you. And Vegas was like, I didn't drink at the time. And I'm like, you sit here judging me like I'm a fucking alcoholic and you didn't even drink. And I probably didn't even have that much, but because you don't drink, you sit here thinking that I was extremely drunk. And then Vegas was like, well, yeah, one time you was had been drinking and I was getting ready to leave your apartment and you was like, I'm gonna walk you out, but you didn't have on no clothes. And I'm like, and you kept insisting on walking me out, and I kept telling you, no, 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 you don't have to walk me out. And I was like, well, I mean, I am a gentleman. And so we just kept talking or whatever, kept chopping it or what kept chopping it up. Just reconnecting, just listening to Vegas tell me about um their life and everything that they have going on and just kind of catching up, and it was good. Like the conversation just flowed so well and it was effortless and I really had a good time. We were there for like over 2 hours until the waitress was like, oh well, do y'all want something else to drink? This is gonna be y'all got to be the last round because we're about to close. And I'm like, oh dang, time just kind of flew by. And Vegas was like, well, we can just go somewhere and get something to drink and keep talking or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, bet, let's do that. So we end up getting another another drink, and then we ended up leaving. So after that, we're standing in the parking lot and we're just like talking or whatever, catching up. And Vegas, we ended up talking or whatever, and I must have said some type of double entendre, I think. And then Vegas was like, are you being nasty? And I'm like, I might be. And Vegas was like, oh, okay, you must want me to sit on your face. I'm like, in my mind, I'm sure I was like, fucking yeah, I want you to. But also at the same time, it's just like, I don't want you to think that I'm just trying to have sex with you. Like, that's not all that I want. I just feel like I've always had felt some type of way about you and I've always had a thing for you. And now for whatever reason you're back in front of my face, like I don't want you to think this is all that I want. Like I want to try to see like what this can be between us. So we don't have to just have like just have sex. We can like continue to talk because I'm enjoying talking to you. I haven't seen you in 13, 14 years. Like I'm enjoying talking to you. And we can just kind of keep going from there. And Vegas was like, well, what if I want you to? And I'm like, oh, okay, bet. And at this point we started talking. I'm just like, well, what are you looking for or whatever? And Vegas was like, well, I mean, because we had been talking about it. Vegas had just gotten out of a relationship and was just like, at this point in my life, I just kind of need to be selfish. I've always been worried about other people and doing X, Y, and Z for other people that I need to just kind of look out for myself or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get that. And I get that you just got out of a relationship. I'm not trying to rush you or to put you back in a relationship. That's not what I want. But I do want you to know and I do want you to understand, like, I have always had a thing for you and I do like you and I want to get to know you more as an adult and I want to spend time more time with you. I mean, when we first were linking up and messing around. Like we were in our 20s, we were kids, and like I'm 34 now. I'm a grown ass man. I know what I want at this point, and I want you basically. And so Vegas was like, okay. And so we ended up going back to my place. We were trying to watch a movie, but we kind of end up just like looking at each other, and that was all she wrote. That was the end of that, and use your imagination for the rest of the story. But yeah, it's just like dating in this day and time is just like so difficult. It's like people play so many games, and no, people are not upfront and honest about what they want. And I just don't get it. Like, I'm gonna lay it out on the table. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Do you want the same thing? And let's keep it pushing. Like, but people don't keep it real about what they want, and just come with ulterior motives and intentions. And I ain't got time for that. And I'm also not the type of person that wants to sit here chasing nobody. 'Cause I saw recently on Instagram, this guy was like talking about that concept, and just like people that want you, they don't run where you have to chase them. And I'm just like, exactly. I'm not about to chase anybody. Now in this situation, like I'm gonna apply some pressure because I need you to understand that I want you. I'm not trying to rush you for us to jump into a relationship. Like, nah, I need you to kind of get your bearings, so to speak, and all of that, and just kind of take some time for yourself. But I mean, I do want to spend time with you, and I want you to know that, and I want you to know that, like, I'm serious in this situation. Like, you got away from me once, and I'm not gonna let you get away from me again. Like, I'm serious, and I want to get to know you more as an adult, as both being adults, and see what, if anything, this can possibly be. I mean, if it can't be anything, then maybe we can just be friends. I don't know, but I want you to know what my intentions are in this situation. So yeah, it's just like that's where I am at this point. And whether this turns into something or not, it is what it is. At least I said what I wanted, and at least try to make it be something. So we'll see. So yeah, we'll see. Probably make another video to see what happens, because I'm supposed to be going to a concert on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, to go see Destin Conrad in New Orleans. And I was like, okay, Vegas, do you want to go? Because again, I'm letting my intentions be known. Like, I'm trying to pursue you or whatever, because I want you. And Vegas was like, well, I mean, I'm traveling this week, but I'll definitely let you know. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna really press the issue, like talking about, because again, I also feel like I'm not about to chase nobody. I asked you to do something. Um, if you can't do it, you can't do it. If you can, you can. It's just like, I don't know. That's what makes dating in this day and age so hard, because it's just like you don't want to seem thirsty, but in essence, like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with somebody letting you know what they want, or somebody being that direct to let you know that they want X, Y, and Z? But in today's day and time, it's taken in a negative context, I guess. People just like, oh, you're just being too thirsty, like you all this whatever. And it's just like, no, I mean, I'm just upfront about what I want, but I'm not about to sit here and chase after you. I just feel like when dealing with people, it has to be kind of like a yin and a yang, a back and forth kind of thing, like a volley thing. Like, I push, you pull, like a back and forth. Like, I'm gonna make plans for us to do X, Y, and Z, and I need you to come back with the same energy. Otherwise, I'm not gonna feel like you're interested. Like, you gotta show me that you're interested just as much as I'm showing you that I'm interested. And I've heard people being like, oh, well, you should be with somebody who likes you more than you like them, and stuff like that. And it's just like, no, like, let's like each other equally. Hey, like, I don't know. It's just dating in this is just so fucking weird. But we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna hold my breath on it, and I'm not going to get my hopes up about anything. I'm just looking at it as I'll let my intentions be known. If something comes of it, cool. Something, nothing comes of it, at least I have a story to tell, and I'll probably be back here on the conversation John with John to tell it. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, this has been another conversation with John. Until next time, peace.